Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I just thought I'd return to you tonight for this next Iron Maiden album review that I got a chance to listen to for Iron Maiden's The Book of Souls. Well, the next Iron Maiden album. It's not a new record, but yeah. Um, it's the 16th studio album that came out in 2015, so I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the Book of Souls for this 92-minute record of 11 songs and let you know my thoughts on Iron Maiden's The Book of Souls. So let's dive into this album review tonight. So, If Eternity Should Fail was an okay track. I don't know. Bruce Dickinson's vocals weren't really meshing well with the production. I mean, at least he was trying, but I know that's the range he can hit. But this song kind of was okay for how it sounded. Sounded instrumentally, it was pretty good, but it had some boring points in this song. So it's a 3.25 out of 5 for this one. The opening track is kind of just okay at best. Speed of Light is very meh. It's not the best song on the record, but it's not the worst that I've listened to. But overall, with its production and execution and all that, this track was okay enough. So 3 out of 5 for this one. The way, and I know they made a music video for this, but for Bruce Dickinson singing, it just got a little underwhelming at times. So 3 out of 5, like I said. The Great Unknown is another okay track. Just think it's alright for how it sounds. I personally think that with this record overall, um, the, there is some boring moments during this record, but overall, The Great Unknown for the runtime it went for is just okay. At best, the guitar work and drum work was the highlight. That's the only good thing about this record. The drumming and guitar work is the biggest highlight on the record. Bruce Dickinson's vocals does well. It's serviceable enough, but it's just not the best, honestly. 3.25 out of 5. The Red and the Black is a very lengthy song. Not as lengthy as the last track, but pretty lengthy for how it is, but it's average at best. I think Bruce Dickinson sung it alright for the most part, but not anything great with his vocals. But keep in mind, you gotta understand with Bruce Dickinson nowadays with his vocal range, it's not going to be the same as it was back in the 80s and 90s. But overall, for the execution, I think the Red and Black is average. The drumming and guitar work was alright. So 3.5 out of 5. When the River Runs Deep is another average track. I think this one did alright for the execution, so 3.5 out of 5. Bruce Dickinson's vocals do have its moments where it's a little underwhelming, but it's not terrible at best. It's just fairly average at best. So 3.5 out of 5. The drumming and guitar work was pretty strong in this track, so that's why I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 for this track. It's just average at best. The Book of Souls, the title track, was a 10-minute and 28-second track, so another lengthy one, but not terrible. It's just mediocre. It's probably one of the highlights on this record, the title track, but it's not the best highlight. It's not something that I would say is their best song. But overall, it's mediocre at best. Bruce Dickinson's vocals do work from time to time, but there are some cringe moments as you get through the track. But for how it sounds, drum work and guitar wise, it's mediocre. So 3.75 out of 5. Sorry about my yawning. Just getting the yawns for some odd reason. Death or Glory, I think, was the next song. Um, yeah, I think that was the next song, Death or Glory. And this one was alright for how it sounded. Not the terrible song, but it's okay at best. Um, yeah, I wrote it wrong. I put Death of Glory, but it's Death or Glory, I meant to say. But yeah, other than that, I think uh, Death or Glory is an alright track, so it's going to get a 3.25 out of 5 for this one. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked for a moment. But Bruce Dickinson's vocals do work from time to time, but there are some execution moments where it kind of squanders the execution mainly with his vocals. Like, does it work? Does it not? So it's very in the middle with me. Um, Shadow of the Valley, Shadows of the Valley, I meant to say. Average track, not anything terrible. I wasn't sure if I was liking the title of the song, but overall, I think it's a 3.5 out of 5. Bruce Dickinson's vocals do work from time to time, but there are some execution flaws with the production and mixing. So, yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Tears of a Clown is meh, not a great track, so it's going to get an unfortunate 2.75 out of 5. This is probably the weakest track on the record. I wasn't really feeling for how it was sounding overall, but it is my least favorite, very least favorite. It's their worst song on the record. Um, Unfortunate disappointment is what I should technically call it, an unfortunate disappointment. So Tears of a Clown just didn't really say, like, it really didn't entice me to give it a mass score or anything. It wasn't that great or memorable. So yeah, and the way Bruce Dickinson was singing this track, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it, honestly, this song. I wasn't vibing, I wasn't clicking with this track. It didn't do anything to entice me to keep on going, unfortunately, but I still kept going with the record. So 2.75 out of 5. The Man of Sorrows is an okay track. Nothing special, but it's serviceable enough to get you through the record. So 3.25 out of 5 for this one. I think the guitar work and drum work is still a highlight, and also Tears of a Clown did have some strong drum work and all that, but the unfortunate letdown was Bruce Dickinson's vocal performance in that. And it's the same through this whole record, unfortunately. So, 3.25 out of 5 for The Man of Sorrows. Empire of the Clouds is the closing track, and it's meh at best. It's an 18-minute and 1 second track or something like that. But it's pretty lengthy for how it sounds. And it goes into where there's some moments where the drumming, guitar work does work, but it's just the way the vocal performance from Bruce Dickinson sounds. The song does drag for almost 20 minutes, but overall, I think it's just meh. I'm in the middle with this song, so I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Iron Maiden's The Book of Souls, their 16th studio album, it's not their best work. But it's meh at best. It's weaker than The Final Frontier. A lot weaker. I wouldn't say a lot weaker, but a little weaker than The Final Frontier. And that's kind of sad, unfortunately, because I don't know what I'm going to think on my next go around with Senjutsu. Because I know I reviewed it in 2021 when it came out. But from what I listened to, is Iron Maiden, The Book of Souls. Sorry about the background noise. My mom's TV is very loud. Um, but yeah, from what I listened to, The Book of Souls by Iron Maiden is a meh record. And if I were to give it a score, I'm feeling a 6 out of 10. It's just in the middle with me. I think some of the tracks are just not the best material on this record, and this record is a snooze fest to get through. It's kind of a snooze fest for 92 minutes, like an hour and a half. That's a long time to get through this whole record. It's not the longest record I've heard, but it is a record I would say I wouldn't come back to that much. Um, Probably not at all, because some of the tracks I didn't really fully resonate with and enjoy, except for the title track. That was mediocre. And some of the other tracks were average to okay or meh and disappointing. So, not really a lot of strong songs on this record, unfortunately. So, 6 out of 10 for Iron Maiden, The Book of Souls. I hope you enjoyed this Iron Maiden, The Book of Souls album review tonight. It's premiering at midnight, this video, and I hope you will enjoy the review when it comes out. But other than that, Senjutsu is coming out probably the 22nd. I'm probably going to get it out 21st or 22nd of July. I know I've been pushing back the reviews for Iron Maiden lately because I've had a lot of stuff I've been reviewing lately, and yes, this is my cat Titan right here. But like other music, other albums, singles, all that stuff. So I haven't found a lot of time to get a lot of reviews in, but overall, I think I should be done with the Iron Maiden discography close to the end of the month. But it's going to be done at least by Monday or Tuesday. But until then, Senjutsu's the next album, and then I'll do a ranking of Iron Maiden albums, 23rd or 24th of July. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this Book of Souls, the Book of Souls Iron Maiden album review tonight. And thank you guys for watching.